I was just reading through the book looking for today's little quote or piece of text, and I found this one, and I love it, and I've got such a good idea straight away for it. So I want to create some kind of Instagram grid. So I think I'm going to cut a piece of paper just slightly smaller than this, create like the grid shape with some papers, and then I want to write on them reasons I'm grateful to be me. So obviously that pertains to this bit here. And then I think I will cut out where the text is, so maybe I'll do that before I add the journaling, and obviously some pretty bits as well. But I thought I'd talk you through my idea. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I make all sorts of crafty videos here, and today I am doing my take on what would usually be used as Bible journaling. I'm not sure if anyone else does it in a different kind of book, but I love this. This is the Comfort Book by Matt Haig, and I love the text in this. And the idea I sort of grab onto from Bible journaling is that you find a piece of text that resonates with you, or that you find inspiring, that sort of thing, and then you think about that for a while and make a pretty page. And I think this book is perfect for that. So this is the page we're working on. This is Scroll Your Mind. It says, social media can be a gallery of lives you aren't living, of diets you aren't following, of parties you're not attending, of holidays you're not on, of fun you're not having. So cut yourself a break and scroll your mind instead. Scroll your consciousness for reasons to be grateful to be you. The only fear of missing out that matters is the fear of missing out on yourself. So that's the one that we are decorating today, and I will pop you on fast forward and I will meet you over there. So for this one, I wanted to create some kind of like an Instagram grid almost, and I've grabbed some white paper and sized it so that it will leave sort of just a border on the page that's already there. And then the best way I found to cut out the pieces where the text would be was to put some thinner paper on top, sort of trace where the edges of the text were, and then use that to mark on the piece, like this plain white piece that I was going to use. So I used a craft knife to mark the plain white piece, and then I'm using my cutter so that I will get straight lines. I didn't trust myself with the craft knife, and then I'm just testing to see if that's in the right place. I think I need some more space on the right there, so I just go ahead and widen these slots a bit. I was going to say lengthen, but it's widen, isn't it? And use my scissors to cut out the little extra bit, and now it fits pretty perfectly, which is great because I did not feel like doing a ton of work to make that come through. If that hadn't worked, I think I was going to do the page on vellum or something, so you could still see the text. Then onto some maths problems, because apparently crafting comes with maths involved. I needed to work out how many squares to fill up my grid and have them evenly spaced. I end up going for, I want to say like 1 5/8 or something. And it works out okay. I probably could have messed about and found something that fit perfectly, but I was not in the mood. I just wanted to make something pretty. I had all of my Sue's fish printables on my desk, so they were perfect. All the pretty colours that I love. And I'm just cutting out some squares of different patterned papers. I decided to do the patterned papers, I think they're the ones that are 1 5/8, and then I cut plain white to go on top of them. I'm not sure why I did it that way around, because actually the Instagram grid would be the white background with the picture in front, but I wanted to be able to write on them the gratitude things, the little why I'm grateful to be me, and so I needed the white space. As I'm talking through it, I'm realising that's why I did it. I needed the space to write, and I didn't feel like trying to write on those really bright patterned papers. I didn't think it would show up as well. A lot of fussing with the patterns to make sure there are none too close to each other and that I've got every colour represented equally. And then popping the white squares on top. I originally wanted to put the white squares just on the ones that I was going to write on, so decorate the others and just have the white on the ones I was going to actually put text on, but I changed my mind and I end up adding white to all of them, which I think looks nice in the end. Still fiddling about with the papers, decided to stick down some that I'm sure of, so just double-sided tape for this. Placing them by eye, I've not measured it or anything. No time for that when it's just for fun. There we go. I do skip forward momentarily, you don't have to watch me place every single one of them. There we go, like magic. Then I use my craft knife to cut out the pieces that would be over the slots I created earlier. Well, craft knife and scissors apparently. My craft knife does not like me. I think it's because I had the 2 layers of paper. And also I worked out that it was cutting like a tiny slither of white to leave behind, which was giving me trouble, so I had to glue that down. Make sure it would stay in place. There we go, just adding some extra adhesive, making sure nothing's going to move around. And there is my base. You could do so many things with this. Watching it back, I kind of like it as it is. I could have just added the writing on there. Tripping over my words, I apologise. I use double-sided tape to stick this down. Put tape around the edges of the boxes so I know that they'll be stuck down firmly. And then use wet glue so that I've got some manoeuvrability when I pop it down in case it's in the wrong spot. Which you can see I need there. So that was lucky. Oh, just checking on my previous page. There we go. If you're interested in seeing the tutorial for the previous one, or the process, sorry, it's not really a tutorial, is it? I will link it down below for you. I can try and put a card on the screen. We'll give that a go. See if I get it in the right place. I love this little heart. It just reminded me of the Instagram little like button. So I cut a tiny bit off of there so it would sit on top of the Scroll Your Mind perfectly. This joy I love makes it in the end. And just pulling out anything that I think would fit on here. That little square is great with the heart, and actually it fits in my box perfectly. I couldn't have asked for it to fit better. And the little camera I love as well. Again, perfect for an Instagram type layout. So I cut that one out, pop it inside the box. Another square that says you're doing great. This is another Sue's one. I think it's part of the same sheet. It's like all different little squares with different little things inside, different frames, etc. Adding my white backgrounds to all of them because I've decided now that they all need one. I love that little pink drink, so that makes it on there as well. Plus, who doesn't want something nice to drink while they're scrolling? These little puffy Disney stickers have been in my stash forever. I got sent them in like one of the first Happy Mails I did, or received, sorry. And I love them so much I've just hoarded them. I haven't had the perfect project and this was it. So I'm trying to find a place for Eeyore. This Winnie the Pooh laying on his back, I know he's holding a jar of honey, but it just reminded me of the way you lay when you're looking at your phone. When you lay on your back and scroll through the phone. So I thought he was perfect underneath that little heart. I'm using a Sharpie fine liner to add my journaling. And I add that off camera so I just show you the pen that I was using. And that is today's page complete. I hope you have enjoyed crafting with me and I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye! Oh, and if you could take a second to like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. See you soon. Bye!